Second inductee tonight for contributor, the one, the only, Coach Gary Smith. Coach Smith started his career in education and coaching in 1969. He started out at Chopticon High School in Maryland. He was a defensive line coach and a baseball coach. He then moved to the state of Florida, and Coach Smith had coaching tenures at Trenton High School, at Apopka High School, at West Orange High School, and finally, in 1977, Coach Smith found his roots and laid down his life at Lake Brantley High School for the next 32 years. And during that time, the students, the faculty, our community would be blessed to have this man in their corner at this time. You see, it takes a special person to become a teacher, but it takes a person who's got the contributing heart to earn the title coach. Gary Smith, you were just that person. While at Lake Brantley High School, Coach Smith did everything that was asked of him. Coaching football, coaching baseball, he coached girls softball, coached golf. He even kept score at the basketball games. And if it wasn't for Carol, he probably would still be doing something there today. Coach Smith, you were not a pontificator. You performed. That was for you specially right there. But who remembers Coach Smith better than some of his players? Enjoy.
I'm Chris Schlochter, Lake Brantley High School, class of 1994, along with my parents, Joe and Karen Schlochter. I played defensive line for Coach Gary Smith for 3 years. And the one thing, as we were reflecting upon, that we remember Coach Smith for is his passion. The passion he has for his community, for his family, for his students, and for his athletes. And as he's being inducted into the Lake Brantley High School Athletic Hall of Fame tonight, it's now solidifying that passion and that legacy that he will leave behind forever. And as we raise a glass to him tonight, there's only one thing left to say. Atta baby!
I'm David Swain. I played football at Lake Brantley from 1986 to 1989. I have to say, I thought Coach Smith was old in 1989. Coach Smith was simply the best. He was always so fun and so energetic, and that's probably why he's lived so long. But his fun and his energy is what made me love the sport and made me want to go to practice every day. There wasn't a single day I wasn't excited to be with him. Coach Smith also taught me to be very tough. He didn't teach much technique. He just taught you to hit the crap out of the guy across the ball from you. And as a lineman, that was the most important thing you could learn. But most importantly, Coach Smith believed in me, and he made that very clear to me. He made me a very confident young man, and I think that translated to the rest of my life and had a big impact on me. Thank you very much for everything you did for me, Coach, and congrats on your induction. It's well deserved.
Hey there, Coach Smith. This is David Shimolarski, class of 2004. Just wanted to congratulate you on a great career in the public education system. 40 years is such an accomplishment. Most of all, I want to congratulate you on all the young men's lives that you affected throughout those years. You are a great inspiration to not only myself, but to so many others. And you're truly a national treasure. And I want to wish you a great retirement and thank you for everything that you've done in the community.
Congratulations, Coach Smith, on your induction into the Lake Brantley Hall of Fame. You're the perfect example of a coach, and I wish that every athlete in high school could have someone like you. You were fun to be with, and you pushed your players to have an intensity for life, a passion for everything they do. And now I'm in Bradenton, Florida, but I'd like to say that every day there's a part of you in my time in Altamont Springs that shapes me into what I do today, how I approach life, the way I seek to serve and make others better. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you did in my life and countless others. It was an absolute honor to play under your leadership. Coach, you're the best.
It's your favorite three sisters here. We just wanted to say congratulations on your induction into the Lake Brantley Hall of Fame. You've made such a lasting impact on every student you've taught and every player you've coached, and especially on us. You know our family loves you so much, and our dad loved you especially. And we just want to say congratulations again, and we love you so much, and atta baby!
Such a great tribute to Coach Smith from just a few of his players, and everybody that I had called was absolutely, Coach, we would love to be able to do a video for Coach Smith. And so those are some just the people we just picked random, but, you know, the Scales girls, they had to do it all together. So, and while we heard from some of his players, we would like to maybe, how about a more special presentation from someone who knows him really well? I'm going to ask Kim Smith-Friedman if she'd come to the stage. Kim is and Brian, son Brian. And Kelly, okay.
All of us.
All right. These are all the children of Coach Smith, and they would like to share just a few words about their father.
Good evening, Patriots. I'm Kim, class of 98. My sister Kelly and Brian, class of 92. Our dad, Coach Gary Smith, is a legend. The dictionary says a legend is an extremely famous or notorious person, especially in a particular field. Isn't that the truth? Especially when you think of Coach Gary Smith. People know him everywhere we go. I thought that status was limited to this area of Lake Brantley High School, but it happens even in Atlanta. Hey, where I currently live. So we might be at the circus, at the arena in downtown Atlanta. Hey, Coach Smith! Then we show up at a church service. Hey, Coach Smith! Oh, we're walking the mall. Hey, Coach Smith! He goes on cruises. He goes to Alaska and Aruba. Hey, Coach Smith! He probably does the best at playing off that he knows every single one of the people that know him. We often laugh thinking that if we are ever in a tough situation and if we were stranded somewhere, if we yell, "I know Coach Smith," that someone's going to come running to help us. You see, our dad impacted so many people. He loves us, but we know we share him with thousands of other children that he has loved. He's our father, but he's also a mentor, encourager, motivator, teacher to so many others. We know we are blessed with him, and we are so glad he was able to impact so many others' lives for the better. I listened into a conversation with a former student who called my dad before going in for a life-threatening surgery. I heard him tell my dad how much he meant to him and how much he influenced his life. He said he needed to share that with my dad before going in for the surgery. All I could do was cry. Our dad has changed lives. Our dad's influence is huge, and we are so proud that LBHS, his second home, has recognized him for this honor as a Hall of Fame inductee. Please join us in celebrating him. Atta baby, Dad. We all love you.
I just want to add one other story, too. So about 10, 12 years ago, I was out and about doing my thing, and someone grabbed my arm downtown and said, "Hey, are you Coach Smith's son?" And I was like, "Oh, boy. You don't know what's going to come after that."
Do you say yes or do you say no?
I said, "Yes." Proudly claim that. And anyways, he told me a quick little story about, as a student, he was in his class, and somebody was picking on him. And he was being bullied and being called a certain word that we don't use today. And my dad went right over, grabbed him. By the way, this is before your time, so you don't have to worry about it. This is the old school days. And said, "Don't ever say that word again. Do you understand me?" "Yes, Coach Smith. Never. Thank you." Never ever again. That student said, "I have never felt more safe in my life than that point in time in your dad's class, and that means so much to me." And that was when I realized my dad is a real rock star.
Yeah, baby.
So thank you, Daddy.
Who said you were talking? Thank you, Kelly, Kim, and Brian, for those words about your dad. Gary, go ahead and come on up here. Do you need help or you want me? Oh, jeez. There we have. That would have been great. That would have been the first Rick's management at a Hall of Fame banquet. So, Coach, we're getting ready to induct you here, but there's a couple things that we have to get out in the open. Okay?
Depends.
No, I'm the MC. I'm running the show here. For 34 years that I've known you,
Okay.
all I've ever heard is, "Atta baby, atta baby, atta baby." And about 12 months ago, I start seeing, "That a baby, that a baby." And I'm like, wait, did I hear wrong all those years? So, Chris, where are you at? So would you set the record straight?
Jeff Butler and I, we conversed about this earlier, and I think the confusion is with Coach, the TH is silent. Probably the first time in history you two are both right.
Exactly. Atta baby.
So there's always a funny story. Well, with Coach Smith, there are so many stories. We would be here forever. But early on in his career, and I hope Carol knows this story because you're on the couch if not. Gary is coaching at Chopticon High School. Does she know this story?
I don't know. She might have.
Okay, well, you're going to know about it. So, Coach, and you were 22 years old?
Yeah, just
22, just out of college. Coach Smith's coaching football. So, defensive line coach. So, Chopticon High School is on offense. Quarterback drops back, throws the ball. It gets picked off. The defensive back is intercepted the ball, and he's running down the sidelines. The team's going crazy. And all of a sudden, kid's on his back. Everybody's like, whoa, what happened? Rewind. Some coach on the sideline, bam! Knocks the kid down on the sideline. Now, correct me now. The guy from the Detroit Lions was your head coach,
Right.
Drew.
Dan McGrew.
Dan McGrew. What did Dan tell you that night? What did he say to you?
He said, "Do you enjoy coaching?" I said, "Yes, I do, Coach." "You do that again, I can't say exactly what he said, but
Your career would be
your
over.
career will be over.
Okay. That would be, if that happened today, it would be a YouTube sensation. So, Carol, did you know that story? Okay, all right. Well, she loves you because you're still married to her.
I know. 51 years, big boy.
Last year at our Hall of Fame, Penny Sakaros got up and shared. Penny was our last inductee. And Penny shared a story about Coach Smith. And I'm going to share that story with you again because that, to me, spoke volumes. Not only what your children just said, Coach, but what you are. Penny Sakaros is a 10th grade student at Lake Brantley High School. Long, red, flowing hair. If you were here last year, you see she's a beautiful woman. But as a 10th grader, she wanted to try out for the JV baseball team. She came up to Coach Smith and said, "Coach, I want to play baseball." He could have said, "No girls trying out for my boys' baseball team." Because you got to remember, that's back in the 70s. What Coach Smith said, "Okay, we have a rule. Your hair has to be a certain length. Cut your hair, you can try out." The next day, she walks into his classroom. She had cut her hair. She had cut her hair. I want you to put yourself in that situation. If you had said to her, "I don't care if you cut your hair or not, you're not trying out for the baseball team." But you didn't do that. You let Penny try out for the baseball team. Penny not only went ahead and excelled, she became the most valuable player of that season. That translated into a full collegiate scholarship to Florida State University to play fast pitch softball, where she worked 4 years as one of their coaches. She took a head softball job at Emory in Atlanta, and for 20 years was the head softball coach there. And the last 4 years, she's been the head athletic director at Wesleyan College in Georgia. All because you let her, she cut her hair, coach, and you kept your word. I wrote that quote down in my book because I have a quote that I like to keep. And I said, that's tremendous. Cut your hair, keep your word. Coach, you changed a life right there for the better. Stand right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give me a hand. Give me a hand. We're not holding hands. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with Lake Brantley pride and Lake Brantley honor that we all here tonight induct the legend of Lake Brantley High School into the Athletic Hall of Fame, Coach Gary Smith. We'll give you a word in just a minute. Can you talk?
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Sit. Please sit. Please sit.
Stay right there. We're good.
It's not very often that I'm speechless. Because like my wife says, I like to talk. And I do. And but in a situation like this, after all this, this is what makes Lake Brantley a different place. I've been to other schools, like Brian has said, and I got the opportunity to coach at Lake Brantley. And I talked to Coach Raley. Mr. Booth was on vacation. He hired me, but I had to sit and wait till he got back. And I walked in his office, and he said, Coach, we're going to hire you. You could have a great career here. He says, let me explain something to you. Lake Brantley is a special place. Special students, special teachers, and special community. When a principal says that to you when you're applying for a job, I never heard that anywhere. You know, principals are proud of their school, yes, but they don't get to the heart. Understand the heart. Everything about Lake Brantley's heart. Commitment. It's hard. You know, I wasn't going to do this, but and I loved Lake Brantley High School. He showed me he loved that school so much. I was committed. I went full force. And with the kids, I met the football team first, and then I met the teachers and all that. Let me explain something to you. It was like when I coached at Lake Brantley that first couple of years, it was like teaching in Happy Days. I mean, everything was cut and dry. Everything was good. No one talked back. No fights, no nothing. I mean, they listened to you. And they appreciated what you did. I did three things in my teaching and coaching. I wanted my kids to understand that I cared about them. I wanted to learn the subject, but I care about what they're going to do in life. I taught driver's ed. That's life. And it moved on. Second thing I've always done, I've always told the truth. Be fair and honest and tell the truth to your kids. If you tell them something wrong and they know it's wrong, no respect. You won't get the respect. So if it's good, you tell them. If it's bad, you tell them. Same thing I try to tell my own kids. Own up to it. Live by what you do. But pay the price if you do something wrong. And I think with a lot of kids, I'm on Facebook now, and I joined the 21st century. And I don't know how many kids on Facebook. But, you know, they text me, and I text them back. Coach Smith is on Facebook. This is crazy. It is crazy. It is, because you should have seen Coach Allen and I when the school board changed the thing of bubbling in grades. We had to go to computer. Well, I never knew what a computer was. Never did any typing or anything. So Coach Harmon and I, they're telling the teachers how to do this. So this is crazy. So Parker Daniels, what?
You got to hurry.
Oh, I got hit. Am I talking too long?
Of course not. Why would you think that?
Parker Daniels, I said, listen, Parker, there's something wrong with my computer. What's wrong? We picked it up, pointed the mouse at the computer. Well, we didn't know. You leave it on the ground, the thing. We picked the damn thing up. And the teachers, there's 3 or 4 female teachers in there, turned around and said, well, we have some Neanderthals in here. They did. But I'm done. I guess I talked too much. But my last thing was I listened. And you listen to the kids, good things happen. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Coach Smith. Go ahead. Go ahead. And Coach Smith, I have one more award for you. Since I don't drink, this is my drink ticket. You can have it.